Have you ever heard of any of the following sayings? Not all ideas are good ideas. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. All things are permissible, but not all things are beneficial. Each of these sayings highlights the numerous possibilities we have before us at any given time, with one qualifier: not all of them should be pursued. How good are you at discerning which options are good and which need more refinement, and which ones would benefit from being tossed in the wastebasket? For some people, not only are they good at this, they are also energized by it. They could spend hours and hours doing this. Others find this more difficult and frustrating. Perhaps they find themselves wanting someone to just make a decision so they can get on with the doing. Hello, my friends. Jeffrey Shaw here from Grow to Your Potential. In today's video, I'll be covering the genius of discernment, the third of 6 working geniuses in Patrick Lencioni's model, the 6 types of working genius. Over the past few weeks, I introduced you to the model and we covered the first 2 geniuses, wonder and invention. Together, these 2 geniuses work at creating the ideation stage of the journey from initial curiosity to realization of a plan. Without the ideation stage, a team is stuck doing the same thing over and over again. They keep trying to solve problems with the same old approach, only to suffer from less than satisfactory results. On the other hand, teams with great representation of the geniuses of wonder and invention have the potential to navigate change, to grow and improve with incredible success. And yet, even teams who are great at the ideation process can struggle and fail. Sometimes they'll experience success, and other times they can pursue ideas and plans that bring about more harm than good, all the while wondering, what went wrong? Why didn't this work? When that happens, it's likely because they're underrepresented in the third genius, the genius of discernment. People with this genius have an uncanny ability to spot ideas with potential and differentiate those from the ones that are doomed to failure. They have a gut feeling about ideas based on their ability to recognize the patterns and identify trends. They have both the ability and the desire to pursue truth and the best possible solutions. Not only that, they can often do this quickly and without the need for a lot of data to support their initial assessment. When we look at the 6 working geniuses, of all of them, this could be the most difficult one for a person to identify as one of their working frustrations. We may all think we have this genius, as who really wants to admit they struggle to identify good ideas from bad ones? And this brings me to a really significant point that I'd like to pause and focus on for a moment. Like other assessment tools, this model is not meant to take people and stick them in a box, to limit what they can do. To say someone's working genius is discernment is not to say they're always right in their judgment. Likewise, to say someone's working frustration is discernment is not to say they're unable to make good decisions. All of us are capable of operating in each of the 6 geniuses. We have a capacity for it, and at times may even provide a more significant contribution in an area of our frustration than another person who has it as their genius. The difference here is more about what comes naturally to you. Where would you prefer to spend the majority of your time if you had the choice? In which of these 6 geniuses are you most energized by? For example, discernment is one of my working geniuses. I find myself drifting into this mode all the time. I actually have to rein myself in as I go to this mode even when it is not time for it. I'm energized by the process of discernment and helping to refine ideas to their best possible form. I thrive on seeing the best ideas come to the surface and pursuing truth. When this happens, I have confidence that whatever follows has the best chance for success, and the potential for a better future has now been made possible. For my wife, she struggled with figuring out what her areas of working frustration were. When it comes to the genius of discernment, she wanted to put it in the working competency area. She's able to question and refine ideas and provides many great insights that can send me and others back to the drawing board to start over. And yet, when we work through this together, she found that this is more likely a working frustration for her. Although she has the ability to do this, it's not something that would energize her if this is where she spent all her time. Further, as we explored this, it came out that she's much happier when someone else makes the call so she can focus on her areas of working genius. So, how do we apply this? Well, just because discernment is my working genius and my wife's working frustration, it does not mean that I get to make all the decisions. Far from it. I may spend more time in this mode working ideas and refining them, but also picking my wife's brain for her input along the way. I also tap into her genius of wonder and enablement, both to help get ideas started as well as see them to completion. It also means when my wife comes to me to share what she is thinking and about the events in her day, we clarify whether she's looking to share or for input. If she's just sharing, I've got to curb my genius of discernment as it can easily get in the way. Like all strengths, when overused or used inappropriately, they easily become a weakness. This brings our session for today to a close. I hope you enjoyed learning more about this wonderful model and the genius of discernment. Please join me again next week as I share with you the fourth working genius and my primary working frustration, the genius of galvanizing. The genius that takes the good idea and helps the world know about it. See you next week.